So how to do the daily planning and how to plan your day wisely ahead so every day you can achieve more and go to sleep peacefully without beating up yourself. But that's what entrepreneurs usually do, right? It's never enough. You're just beating up yourself all the time because you never achieved enough per day. So how to resolve that situation by doing the daily planning? Stay tuned.
Today we're going to speak about how to do the daily planning. And, we have spoken about weekly planning and how to do the weekly plans. But now I'm going to give you some reasons why daily planning is also critical. So, everybody, the fact is that the rich people and poor people, they all have 24 hours, right? So the only difference between how much wealth and money you have is basically what do you do. And we all do something with our 24 hours. So it's all about, you don't get results by focusing on results. You get results by focusing on the actions that produce results and what type of results, right? So that's why we're going to speak today about daily planning, because like I said, day started with laziness is a whole day wasted. And probably everybody can relate to me when I'm going to say that sometimes you have these days where you're kind of lost. You kind of know what you need to do. You did your weekly planning, and you still are lost. You kind of feel lost and don't know where to start. And people who can focus, get things done are great, but people who can prioritize and get the right things done is a completely different story. So there's a lot of things we can do, and we all, like I said, we're trying to use our 24 hours as productively as possible. But then again, why so many business people are beating themselves every evening about I wasn't productive enough? It doesn't go for everyone. For example, not for Tony, but I was this big beater of myself daily because it was never enough for me. Because I was still looking for better performance from myself. And there's nothing bad about it. But then again, if you're making yourself feel bad every day, then again, is this something good you want? Is this the life you want? To make yourself feeling bad every evening in point of productiveness. All right, so anyway, let's go to the daily planning. And the problem is that even when we do weekly planning well, we still are stuck on the weekdays for some reason sometimes. Number one reason is usually lack of specificity. Sorry, there's a typo here. And what exactly should I do first and when? So basically, if you are not able to prioritize your tasks daily, your productivity can easily go to zero because you just don't know and you're jumping in and out and doing random things. And it's possible that you do only convenient maintenance tasks, which your mind knows how to do, and they are easy. Everybody probably knows that your mind wants to do things that are easy and known to your mind, not the things that can take you forward. Because the things that can take you forward, usually you don't know how to do. And that's the thing. That's where we start to procrastinate, and that's where we get lost, right? And so prioritization is important because if you try doing everything, you will accomplish nothing. And huge to-do lists are really turn off for the mind as well. That was one of my biggest problems because weekly planning produced me a huge list and I didn't know where to start. Days are different. Some days you feel more energetic, some days you feel less energetic, right? So the question is what do you do? And what do you want to do? Because some days you feel like doing something else and some days you feel like doing something else, right? And so easy tasks will keep you moving forward and motivate you to accomplish difficult tasks if you throw them in. Means that if you throw in some simple tasks, for example, send an email to that new person, or just I don't know, like pay something off, or something that easy you can do. Then when as soon you check some tasks done, you feel motivated. So mixing easy and difficult tasks and prioritizing them makes them more pleasant to execute. And for some reason, it helps you also to realize what you can and actually should delegate if you have too many tasks. But believe me, guys, there's so much you can delegate. It's just we don't do it for some reason. And so we can also, when we prioritize our tasks and look at our whole weekly planning, we can also think about like eliminating some stuff, automating some stuff, and delegating some stuff. And then basically what we have after weekly planning is to do now or to do later things. Now, how do I think every morning? So every morning I have this whole weekly planning. On the Friday, I have the weekly planning done. I have a lot of different projects and I have a lot of different tasks. And basically I put all the tasks that I want to achieve on 1 week. And so every morning what I do usually is I will ask myself this one simple question: what's the one project or one thing that can take my life forward the most? What's the one thing that can have the biggest impact in my life? And usually, usually this is the thing where you procrastinate. Now, second question is, what are the tasks in that project, right, that can take my life forward? And what are some urgent, necessary tasks that I need to do today? Then I'm going to think about like what are some really easy tasks that I can drop into the list and I can just accomplish them really quickly so I can feel more accomplished for the day. And so I create the daily to-do list. If I don't create daily to-do list, then what happens to me is that I have this huge list of things. And maybe you don't even have that huge list of things if you didn't do weekly planning. And maybe this huge list of things exists in your head, which is even worse because you cannot do even a to-do list, right? So what we need to think is, I want to start from most impactful task. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, just felt like that. So what I want to do is that I want to start from most impactful task every day, because that's most not convenient thing to do. And then finish some urgent necessary tasks, drop them on the list, and then accomplish some really easy tasks in between whenever I feel more accomplished. And there's 2 books I recommend to improve your productivity. It's one of the Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Really good book. Explains exactly the same thing as the second book, The One Thing. And basically they say about that if you take like your priority every morning, that you will do the one thing that you hate the most every morning, first thing, then you get forward with your life. And it's really true because the one thing usually is something that's really unpleasant. Your mind always wants to jump into the things that it has done before and it's convenient. So now I'm going to share you how do I do the weekly planning or daily planning on using ASANA. And let me share my screen again. Share my screen. So can you see ASANA in front of you?
Yes.
Cool. So on the left side here, you see my weekly planning board. And the weekly planning board basically consists of some random actions, maybe some little projects like finish company books, some maybe recurring actions. Do I need to zoom in? Recurring actions that I need to do, some examples here. And basically it's all, I don't put huge projects in my weekly planning, because huge projects, like for example, launch US product or rank some product in USA, has huge checklists ready for me already. And all I need to do is just create one board for that project, because this project lasts for many weeks. And so if you have tasks in many different projects, like for example, hiring funnel is completed, I have 2 tasks here for let's say next week. Then what happens here in ASANA is that every morning you have to do, and you come here in my tasks. This is where you come every morning when you start executing. And what everybody is doing using ASANA is this, what you see on my screen. Everything is sorted by due date. And you have this huge list of things in front of you, and everything needs to be done in this week, right? And so for me personally, this list here already feels so demotivating that I don't even know where to start. And literally, I don't even want to start anywhere, because it's like, even if I check out some tasks here, it still will be not done, and still it will be in front of me. And what usually happens with this due date, sorting by due date, is that people are like putting fires off. Means that there's a lot of tasks red already, like it has to be done yesterday and stuff like that. And they're just trying to execute some old tasks here, and they never get to the today's tasks. So how I do weekly planning is, in weekly planning, I put everything to the next Friday, basically, except the recurring actions. So I set everything to one date, and basically daily what I do is I come here and sort by none. And what happens now is that you have in ASANA, and this is I really like in ASANA, this is actually professional ASANA experts or actually gave me that idea, and I really love that. So recently assigned is like an inbox where you have all the tasks that are assigned to you. And if anyone in your team assigns you a task, then you will see it in recently assigned. So Monday morning after weekly planning, what you need to do is basically come here and choose the tasks that you want to do today. And the way it works is that you go through the tasks. Again, you think about what's the impactful task, one impactful thing you want to do this day. And for example, you put it mark as for today. So you see, it goes to this today list here. Now you're going to go and choose different tasks here. And you're going to go through and choose these tasks, what you want to do today. And let's say I want to do like these first tasks here. Let's say I want to do use these tasks here today. And all the rest of the tasks, I'm going to select everything and I'm going to mark them as upcoming. So my goal every day is to keep recently assigned thing empty and put everything to upcoming and make my today list. And basically, the point of the today list is really simple. You prioritize every day your tasks. And like I said, you choose one hard task, you choose some urgent tasks, and you drop in some easy tasks, right? And then let's say this good task, set up Amazon global shipping account in Europe. This is what I'm being procrastinating. I will do that first, right? Pay bills is an easy task. I can do it with a snap. So I don't want to, like I said, most of the company owners, they just beating themselves up every day that it's not enough. They are not enough for the company. And my goal today is to check out these tasks, like make them complete. And when I do them in less than 8 hours, I go and rest and I don't do anything that day anymore. And the reason for this is very simple. If I complete today tasks, I will tell myself that I'm amazing. I'm cool. I did it. I'm a star. So basically, I cannot beat myself up anymore because I did what I planned for today. And if you accomplish these tasks, then next thing what happens, these tasks here will pop up immediately for next day based on the deadlines here. So upcoming is going to throw you next tasks next day in automatically. And every day you do the same thing. You make your today list and then you just finish it. And then you can go to sleep by being happy about yourself. And basically, that's the reason we're doing the daily planning quickly every morning. Actually, it's even better to do on the evening before you go to sleep because your brain will start processing those things during your sleep. You believe it or not, but it's true. And maybe you don't want that, so you can do it in the morning. And yeah, so basically that's it. So
actually, maybe you can quickly also, so how do you capture the ideas that you get during the day that, hey, this is something nice to do, but I'm not going to do it today, so it's basically just goes to your inbox.
Oh, okay, it's a good question. So daily you will have some ideas. Just drop in. Remember that the left section here, can you see Asana?
Yes.
So remember the left section here, this is where projects live, right? And this is where all your actions are living. And this is where I visit 1 time per week, basically. I'm not visiting those things here more often than 1 time, maybe 2 times, right? If it's really necessary to go into the project and plan with someone, then I go here. But usually I just use them 1 time. Every day from Monday to Thursday, I live in that my tasks area. And when I have some idea, it's just maybe someone just called and I need to do something. I put it in here, okay? Send this doc to that person, okay? And now it's recently assigned, right? Now I have time to think about, like, do I do it today? Do I do it immediately? Or do I delegate it? Or do I just mark it as upcoming? I put the due date here whenever I want to do it. And if it's today, I make a mark on it, mark it today, or if I want to do it later, I just put it mark on upcoming. And that's it. So something, and by the way, this is good thing also when someone delegates a task. For example, let's say someone has a project and puts me into this project for this date, then it's automatically pops up in the recently assigned. So if someone delegates me something, I see it immediately. And again, I can go through that stuff and see it when I do it today or what the person wants, when it needs to be done, and then I mark it again for today or for upcoming. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you liked the video. Then thumbs up, right? If you want to hear more from me about how to build Amazon businesses, how to be productive, how to build remote teams, how to automate your Amazon businesses, how to sell Amazon businesses, everything online business related, then please hit the subscribe button and you will hear more from me. So next thing, if you want me to help you, if you find I can help you somehow, then don't hesitate, reach out. You can find links below this video in the description, how you can contact me, and let's have a chat.